This is The Professionals, a podcast by music business technology and broadcast media technology students on Outcast OCCR Owens Community College Radio. In this series, students will interview industry professionals in their respective fields to help gather an idea of what it's like to work in their industry.
Hi, this is Nathanial Maestri with the Outcast Owens Community College Radio. I'm here with Jen Hazel, professor of English, editor and producer in the OCCR news articles, Oregon Road film series, creator and organizer, and producer and host of Let's Talk Big and The Big Read. That is a full plate.
It is a very full plate, but I enjoy it immensely. And I love the opportunity of getting to work hands-on with students.
Well, I think we'll begin talking with The Big Read and Let's Talk Big. This time around, you are hosting and talking about A Little Less Broken by Marian Shimbari.
I'm really excited for this opportunity this year. So the theme, and we usually have a theme every year, is neurodivergence. And Marian this is her first book. She got an autism diagnosis at age 34, and she talks within the book about her experiences in getting that diagnosis. She was diagnosed with many different things before actually receiving the autism diagnosis. The book has many different chapters where she uses this, and it's really clever, and she does a great job with this, where what she does is she talks about something that happened, her responses to it, and then she pulls in other research to kind of explain that to the reader. All of these experiences lead up to coming together about how that diagnosis was formed for her. In retrospect, she's kind of like, I see it now, all of these pieces together. And it's her like being like, okay, so what does life look like now? She does, and I'm not going to give too much away, but she does talk about understanding trying to accept what is different now that I know versus than who I was before. Really, really wonderful book. In terms of Let's Talk Big, so this is year 5, and really I have to give Rob Thomas kudos on this, because this is not my area of necessarily like media that like an area that I would ever think I would do. I am, an English professor. I'm a writer. Print is my like baby. And Rob really was like, well, let's do like a podcast. And I was like, oh, I don't know how this will go. And when I listen to anything from year 1 until now, it's really like there's a vast difference, even within not just the way that I speak and prepare for it, it's even in my voice and how I try to utilize my voice and being aware of that. You want to talk to me a little bit about the film challenge, and so I'm excited about that, but I'll explain what I mean about the voice part when we get to that. But yeah, I've had to work a lot on that. And I've loved really having the opportunity to produce with you this semester on really just lining up guests, preparing for them. It's really, I think, taken the show to another level. We do have fans, which is very exciting. But I never thought I would be a podcaster or have a blog or anything like that. That's not really necessarily my style. But writing, I got you.
You said that writing media was basically a first love. Mm-hmm. And did you start with that before moving on to teaching and being a professor?
Yes, a little bit, but I kind of did that as I was going through college and grad school. I can't ever really almost remember. No, and that's not entirely true. But always in the background, I always thought I was going to be a teacher of some sort. My mom is a teacher. My great aunt is a teacher. My sister also is a teacher. Like, we are like a family of teachers.
So you kind of fell into the teacher role going through the media writing.
Yeah.
Is that something you would kind of recommend to anybody else looking to get into sort of this field of media, podcasts, hosting vlogs, video shows, and things like that? Is to kind of maybe not focus too hard on it, see where you fall in at?
I think it's kind of mixed. Sometimes if you're like, I have a goal and I want to go after it, then do that. And if you're kind of just like exploring to figure out, and you've done this a lot, like you are very great about trying to jump in and learn lots of things because that's where you find out things that you like. I never thought I would get so charged up about doing a podcast. I go home, I tell my kids, I tell my husband who the guest was, what the passage was, what we talked about. I really get very, very excited about, and I've done this semester, and you've seen my book, how it's all flagged with very specific quote curated for the guest that either has to do with something they have talked about or previously said, as a way to really bring this to everyone and make it real. So we had a student that came this summer to book club. They self-disclosed they had ADHD. And there was a portion that I literally gave them that was very specific to what they had described when we were talking there to then talk about. Like, that's exciting for me. And I love that. And the other thing that's mixed with it too, since Rob is our radio engineer here today with us, that he'll laugh about is when we are there with the students who are recording, I sometimes try to be difficult so they learn, because you may get a guest or you may have a star host. Host is better, but you get what I'm saying because you know what I mean. That may be difficult. Like, how do you handle that? And one time, actually, this was still a couple of years ago now, one time, Rob wasn't here and a student, and we weren't even doing it as a vlog at the time, but a student was the radio engineer and we sat here and Jane and I just kept talking and I was watching the clock, but the student wasn't trying to stop us and take control of the situation. Well, that's what you're learning and that's what you're supposed to do. And so if you always have someone that just does everything that they're supposed to, you're not getting the confidence as a student to step up and know that you're in charge. When we're there and we're talking, you're in charge of that floor. I'm not in charge of that floor. It doesn't matter that I'm an instructor here. It doesn't matter that I may be the host of something. It is about that learning experience. Like, I've always wanted to be a teacher, and this is another avenue for me as in teaching, but also doing something that I never thought I would love or like to do.
Well, I hope you haven't been intentionally too difficult with me today, but this is Nathanial Maestri. We're going to have to wrap it up here. And I would have loved to talk about the Oregon Road film series, but we will do that next time. This is Nathanial Maestri again for the Outcast Owens Community College Radio. Jen Hazel, the full plate of titles, but mainly professor of English and full producer of many of the many shows that we enjoy on the radio. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been the Professionals Podcast by Music Business Technology and Broadcast Media Technology students. Join us next time on Outcast OCCR Owens Community College Radio.